Good evening, everybody. Early Insane Productions presents The Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe, where they talk about UFOs, paranormal, the unexplained, conspiracy theories, and more. You never know what will be said next.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, bye.
I'll be right back.
Thanks for the warning.
I need my phone.
Uh, on this episode, we're going to talk about whether or not mermaids are real.
Mermaids.
Mermaids.
This is our extra show.
Not like Little Mermaid in the cartoon.
Why not?
Aren't,
How do you know that Ariel's not real?
Oh, you
aren't
think Ariel's
mermaids
real?
mean?
Oh, so does that mean King Neptune's real then, too? Or whatever his name
Well,
is? Or...
isn't he a god?
No, that was Poseidon.
Oh, that's right.
Poseidon.
Okay,
It's the
I
Greek
got it
god,
wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
King
I had-
Neptune, isn't he Poseidon's son?
I don't know where that come in. Anyway, I think that's just some Disney made up thing. Who knows? But anyway, no, we're talking about because a while back there was what we call a mockumentary. Okay,
What's a mockumentary?
it wasn't real, but it was made to make you believe it was real.
Oh.
Okay, it was. They didn't tell you it was a hoax until it was all over. And then they told you the real reason why they did the show. It was on TV. It was pretty cool, actually. You know, Mark and I were talking about it a little while ago, and we thought it was pretty cool. I watched it a couple of times, but it had a theory about how what was it that you said?
Is it History Channel?
Yeah, it was either the
Or Animal Planet?
I don't know which one, but I do remember it. And it was on like several times. And it could have been the Discovery Channel. It could have been History Channel. It could have been Animal Planet. One of those three. It was one of those three because it was on the lower end of the channel guide. But anyhow, you said it was that they. It showed that they evolved from apes.
Okay.
Was it? I'm having a hard time remembering it because it was a while back. It was like last year sometime, but it was cool as hell. It had me believe for a while there.
Yeah, I remember it showing it started out where apes learned how to fish and they spent more time in the water than the land, and therefore they started
To develop the web.
evolving into more of an aquatic creature than
Yeah, they started evolving with webs in their fingers and between their feet, and then yeah, they were already making their tools out of like bones and stuff as well, like carving it out of bones to make their spears and their equipment that they had, their weapons or whatever to feed with, you know, and that was even before, but it was like they were like on like some kind of island type area, and then the island was the water was rising because this happened. So it was Megalodon was still around,
Yeah.
in their theory. So you know, and this happened. So quite a few, for the argument's sake, we're going to say millions of years ago because that's when Megalodon was around. Okay, all right, but so they started evolving into these aquatic creatures and started swimming with dolphins and whales, and you know they started swimming more and more, and then the more they spent more time in the water, the more they adapted to spending almost all the time in the water.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That they did.
Yeah, the legs eventually disappeared into tails.
Yeah. Tails.
It started out, didn't it start out showing their feet turning like almost like what we would have as
We
the.
have, if you look at our hands and our feet and everything else, we have webbing.
Yeah, but didn't they make their feet almost look elongated, like the fins that you would wear when you go swimming, scuba diving?
But
Facebook actually didn't fuck up this time too. It's actually quite shocked. I'm sorry. Actually,
oh well.
In
well,
this
the last
article
two
that I
times it
found,
didn't fuck. All right, in this article you found. Oh, she found an article.
In this
Is it about
article that I found-
mermaids?
it basically states that the Little Mermaid, the Disney version of the Little Mermaid, is a somewhat sanitized version of Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale, first published in 1837.
Yeah. Well, that's just the other thing too. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to know what actually was.
And in some legends from Scotland and Wales, mermaids befriended and even married humans.
Yeah.
yeah, so that they get legs and they don't have to return to the sea,
That
Not necessarily.
or the person would disappear and go to the sea with them and become a mermaid. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of theories on that one. I'm sure.
Not on the source.
But there has been, if I'm not mistaken, there has been actual weird mermaid-looking creatures carved in some of those walls, like where you got the whole ancient hieroglyphs of the glyphs.
Well, one of the things that is commonly mistaken for a mermaid,
Yeah, ugly looking fucking thing. It looks like a. They're just an ugly looking thing. Help you with what? Oh, I don't have
Nugget. Not like an imp.
there you go. Her initials. Emerald.
That's no pistol.
There we go. Crystal.
Anyway,
We're
all
just
right.
called Crystal Man.
Firecracker.
Little Miss Firecracker.
Yeah, maybe.
No, anyway.
Back to the mermaids.
You were talking. You were talking about the manatees.
You want to build a snowman?
Did you guys see the article that woman that actually literally got surgery so that way she would actually get out of
Yeah,
the
that-
life mermaid?
By the way, the guys,
Well,
the mysterious
Did you see
voice
the
you're
little-
hearing
the-
is my daughter Janice.
Documentary? Did you see the documentary about the girl who was actually born with both of her legs
Fused together.
fused together?
Oh, I did not.
And she was called the original real mermaid.
Or how about let's see, what was it? A chimp's body and a huge large fish tail.
Fish's tail. That's
That was
the
Barnum, Barnaby Valley. It was one of his the
Barnum
guy
and Bailey,
the guy that-
brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
the guy that was famous for freak shows back then. And I hate to use the word freak shows, but that was what they were called back then.
The greatest showman.
Yeah, Barnum, wasn't it Barnum? You know, he discovered like Tom Thumb and all of that. But he's P.T. Barnum. That's it, P.T. Barnum.
P.T. Barnum.
P.T. Barnum was the one that discovered that it had that monkey. It was like half a monkey body, the upper half of a monkey body with the arms and all of that.
Ripley's, believe it or not, actually has.
Right, Ripley's has it on display now, along with a lot of P.T. Barnum's atrocities, as they're called nowadays. But that was like a fake one, you know, that was made, you know.
That was a big one. It
Right.
was made.
But that's how far back and that dates back to when he was like
I think that dates
starting
back to
out.
the 20s.
right. I mean, so that thing about mermaids goes back to, I mean, that legend's got to go back. People, I bet that's some kind of sea legend where it goes back. You should look that up, how far that dates back. But that was like one of his
Phineas
original
Taylor
acts.
Farnham was an American showman, politician, and businessman remembered for promoting celebrated hoaxes and for founding the Farnham Daily Service.
Yeah. See, they weren't celebrated hoaxes. In other words, freak shows, like the Elephant Man. But that was where they uh, used him for money, exploited the guy.
Yep.
That's what that was the word I was looking for. Exploited people too. He was good at that. But anyway, I mean, it dates back quite a long ways. The whole legend of the mermaid.
The belief in mermaids may have arisen at the very dawn of our species. Magical female figures first appear in cave paintings in the late Paleolithic Stone Age period, some 30,000 years ago, when modern humans gained dominion over the land and presumably began to sail the seas. Half-human creatures called chimeras also abound in mythology, in addition to mermaids. There were wise centaurs, wild satyrs, and frightful minotaurs, to name but a few.
Now you're talking about the Odyssey.
Well, that's something else to talk about someday too.
I'm
is
reading
stuff
an article
like
that
centaurs
says
and
I know what you're
are
reading,
mermaids
but
real?
Minotaurs
when
and-
you're the creatures you're naming off
centaurs,
are from the Odyssey.
well, they're from all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is a
Greek
um,
mythology.
Yes, it's Greek mythology. I'm trying to remember the guy, the name of the character for the Odyssey.
There, we can get into stuff like that. Speaking of like unexplained and stuff like that, talk about like Medusa. And,
Watch, I'll remember.
I'm sorry to go off track knowing that.
You always go off track.
But it's expected with us.
No, it's expected of you.
Fuck you. You're the one that makes my train derail sometimes.
How?
I swear, we gotta
she
get
does it all the
we
fucking
gotta-
time.
She did.
She busts my bubble almost every fucking day. She won't fucking.
Yo, I'm gonna watch.
And my ring could go there.
Clifford, big
Flipper?
dog.
Flipper?
Flipper.
Oh, I thought you were talking Flipper. I
Flipper.
thought maybe I was going to
The
say she
dolphin.
ain't old enough to watch Flipper. No, Flipper.
I'm not old enough to watch.
No, you're not old enough to know who Flipper is.
How do you know?
No,
how
it's a
real-
dolphin.
Flipper was a dolphin.
It's a dolphin.
Who's the whale?
How do you know that? How do you know
It was
how
a
to free a whale?
porpoise. With a purpose.
The whale was Free Willy.
That's what I thought.
We'll do that later in the bedroom, and I'll free Willie for you.
Girl,
No, that's just going
I'm a
way.
virgin,
the-
guys.
Can we edit that?
No, we can't.
That
don't-
ain't right.
We don't
That
edit
is
nothing
not
anymore.
right.
You know, that is my mom you're talking about here.
Yeah, well,
And I'm a virgin.
yeah, you wish.
Yeah, okay. And my grandson and granddaughter were virgin births, right?
Yeah, they were miracle
No,
births.
you're not a virgin.
That explains a lot with Adeline.
Yeah,
You're just a
it
little
does,
misled.
I'm still a virgin.
No, you're misled.
I'm sorry, I love my granddaughter to death, but boy, is she a handful when she's around here.
Why do you think I put her nickname on here as Madeline?
She's got
Madeline?
that. What was it? Remember? I'm sorry, we're going off topic again, but remember that guy that used to
Yeah,
have all
quit
those faces?
train derailing.
When we were kids growing up, it was like a toy, and it had all the faces and disguises.
Let's just say my daughter was a baby.
Anyway.
with faces.
Yeah, Adeline has got so many fucking faces. If I could ever catch her on a good day on the camera, you'd understand.
We still have those pictures.
I have a lot of photos of her different faces.
Anyway,
Her famous one is
back to the
baby one.
mermaids.
Back on topic,
Or
guys.
the mermen.
Mermaids. Mermaids.
Mermaids.
Oh, that's one of the legends that mermaids
They were
would
aggressive.
Would sing their siren song to the
To the sailors.
to the sailors and lure them into the sea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only to be lost at sea and never found again.
Right.
They fed
Also,
mermaids fed on the souls of sailors.
also, if you really want to look at it, the ones in, I know it's a movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, they were mean.
Well, so were the ones that were like remember
Really?
the remember
Except
the.
for the one.
All right. You want to speak movies? Look at here's a real famous movie that everybody's watched. Most generations have watched by now more than once. The Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter Goblet
Oh, yeah.
of Fire, when Harry had to go
Those,
underwater,
those ones were
Mermaids
really
are
mean.
good.
They were
and
really
and
mean.
those mermaids were
They
like
had,
they had pitchforks and stuff. They were pitchforks,
those aren't
like
They were
pitchforks.
vicious.
Those
Yeah.
aren't pitchforks. They actually have a name.
tritons,
Yes,
I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
tridents.
tridents,
Thanks for having me on the show,
Which
but
looks-
I got
which-
crying kids.
which looks like
I
a
hear.
pitchfork,
Sad. So sad.
you know. And they were vicious. They were
Yeah.
vicious, and they were
Homer's
tiny little
Odyssey.
fuckers, but they were vicious, and there was lots of them.
Yeah.
They were almost. You know what they
Because
kind
were
of.
protected
You know what they
something.
reminded me of in that Harry Potter movie?
What?
The when we were growing up, there was a thing called you could get it out of the comic books. In the back of the comic books, the sea monkeys. Remember the sea monkeys?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever try to raise the sea monkeys?
Yeah, I actually have.
I never saw a fucking thing. I tried,
Nor have I.
but they always showed these little things, and they look like them fucking mermaids from the Harry Potter movies. That Harry Potter movie. That's what they look like in the little commercial or the ads for them
Yeah.
sea monkeys. But I never saw a fucking thing. And I did
In other words, it
exactly
didn't
everything
grow?
that was said.
It didn't grow.
I think it was all a fucking hoax.
Probably
Just to
make
get
money.
fucking money. You know. That's like the guy that was probably inventing silly putty probably came up with the idea because it was supposed to be something else, and all of a sudden he put it down and he got mad and he sat there and slapped the fucker on his newspaper, and then he went and lifted it up and he's like, oh wow, kids would love this, and now I'm a millionaire or a billionaire, you know. But it was probably supposed to be something some other kind of putty, and it just didn't work out that way. And the guy got frustrated, pissed, and slammed it down on his newspaper, right on the comic section.
And it became a kid's toy.
Well, that's how most fucking things are invented.
Yeah. It is.
Think about it. Who invented the fucking hula hoop, for Christ's sakes? I mean, if you look back at the history of that, it goes back to somebody with a metal barrel rings around. And then they turned it into this fucking plastic thing, and they're a fucking millionaire.
Can I ask you how
I don't know.
does-
We went off the rail again.
How does that
Excuse me.
have anything to do
It
with
doesn't.
mermaids?
I don't know how I went off the rail.
I know how you want for real. You always do.
Anyway, so get back to the theories.
Okay.
What theory?
Oh, they're mermaids.
Are they mermaids? Are they real?
I don't know. That mockumentary actually made it sound pretty convincing.
Yeah, even though it was a thing for the trying to get the government to stop their sonar testing.
Yeah.
But
That's part
still,
of what that was is to show the dangers of the sonar testing.
something like that. It was the
It was
dangers.
underwater explosions.
No, it was like sonar testing. It was only.
No, but they tried to get the government to stop the training of the dolphins to retrieve
Right,
bombs
but that
and
wasn't
stuff.
this. This was more about the sonar testing or
I
something.
think it was sonar testing because it was
Disrupting their own
the natural
navigation.
sonar-
Yeah, their
the
navigation
natural sonar
skills.
of dolphins' porpoises in particular was causing them to beach themselves.
Right. and die.
die.
Right. Yeah, it was some kind of, one of the environmental type groups that were behind the whole thing. But there was also scientists involved too
Yep.
that came up with that mockumentary, which I thought was extremely interesting because
Well, like I said,
they did make it so fucking believable.
It was very believable.
They really did a good job making that fucking thing believable. I mean, right down to using bones from whales and shit like that to making their weapons with their spears or whatever, to swimming with the dolphins, to how they had the mermaids swimming with the dolphins and the whales across the greater depths of the oceans so that they'd avoid megalodon. Or
Mistaken as mermaids too.
or how like you said and made a point because I forgot about that point where the one sacrificed itself to megalodon so the whole family could get across.
Itself to save the crew.
Right.
And it cut itself to poor megalodon.
Right, so that they could get across the depths to the other side, warmer waters or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but they were like migrating or something. The dolphins. They were following the migration of the dolphins and the whales or whatever. There was like two other species in there with that they were swimming with, if I remember right. It could have been killer whales. It could have been, either way. It was very believable, and I'd say if you get a chance, look it up. It was on one of those channels. What did we say? It was like the Discovery Channel. Did you find out? It was on the Animal Planet. You might be able to find it on their website to look at it.
I'll tell you exactly what it's
Um,
Give me a second.
But they kept it a secret that it was a mockumentary until the very, very end.
I was trying to look it up here on YouTube, but it doesn't. It when you click on it to go to it, it tells you it's been removed because it's not copyright.
Well, if you get a chance and you're shopping on Amazon, follow the link at the top of our website, which you can find at the bottom down here, www.utterlyinsaneproductions.com. And the Amazon banner at the very top of the page, click that, make your order through there, and it'll help us grow and keep bringing better shows to you. The more we get, the more you help us, the better we can improve things.
And if you're using the AVG browser, you won't find that.
Right, we found that out today too.
I was checking that out.
And please subscribe to us on YouTube. You help us grow there. We get 100 subscribers and we can start monetizing our YouTube and getting a kickback there. We can also, if we get 100 subscribers, we can also get our own special customized domain name on YouTube. So so if you like our show, please subscribe. You'll also get the benefit of getting every time we upload a new show video to YouTube, you'll get a notification. So please also follow and like us on Facebook. Tell your friends. And it won't be, but hopefully, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully within the next couple of months, we can all get back out on the road with our t-shirts, our cool new t-shirts. Thanks to our sponsor, Tanya. That we'll be back out on the road with some new equipment and doing some new investigations at some new locations. And you can always donate to us. I think our PayPal donation button's still up on our website somewhere too.
Yeah, it is.
And while Mark's still looking for this, I'm going to do another plug here quick.
I think it was called Mermaids, the Body
No, it's right there. That guy with the beard and that guy. The new evidence.
No, that's not.
That's the one. That's the mockumentary. That's the second part to the mockumentary.
So is this. So is this. This is part of the mockumentary. Mermaids, the body found. That's the original.
Yeah, and then the new evidence is where
And then
they
there's-
came up
then
with
there's
and told
Mermaids,
you.
the new evidence, 2013. This one here, the kid's cell phone.
Right. That's the one where they come out at the end and tell you that it was all a hoax and to try to do this to
Footage
stop
from
them from
Mermaid,
so
the body found.
right.
That's what I was telling you.
Yeah, it's two parts. There was like two parts to it. But that
Pay
doesn't tell you
attention,
because you're
folks.
looking on YouTube. That doesn't tell you that if it's what channel it was on for sure.
It's Animal Planet. It was the Animal Planet.
Anyway, we can also now, our podcast can now be found on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Radio.com, Deezer, Spotify, TuneIn, Radio Public, Stitcher, and Castbox. And we're on Audio Boom as well. We're still waiting for Pandora, and what was the other one? I forgot.
There's the video
Right.
of them traveling in the group.
What was that one that we were waiting for?
Number one.
Oh, iHeartRadio. We're still waiting for iHeartRadio
And
and
Pandora.
Pandora. Yeah, that's the one. And they look so cool. They even had like what they didn't they have like a skull or something? They made this look so real that they even had a skull, and they had a scientist showing you a skull of a mermaid. Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It was called Mermaids, the
Mermaid,
the body found.
That's the original.
And then the other one was the new evidence.
Yep.
Mermaid, the new evidence. So you want to watch the body found first. Mermaid, the body
The
found
problem
first.
is, it's not on YouTube. There's sections of it on YouTube.
Well, at
You
least they're
find it
giving
on
a
here. The one I found that showed supposedly the whole documentary, it told me it had been removed because of copyright.
right. Well, you'll find bits and pieces of it at least. Otherwise, I'd try the Animal Planet, Travel Channel, Discovery Channel. It was on one of those three. He says it was Animal
on the
Planet,
Animal Planet.
but I think it might have been on more than just one because I think they're
I don't
associated.
know. They're all the same. They're all owned by
That's what I was
Discovery.
saying. I think they might have played it
They're
across
owned by
all three
Discovery.
boards. So you might find it there. But it was a very good show. It was very interesting, and it sure did make me believe right up to the end.
You don't think about it.
I mean, like we said back on earlier today when we were live, we said anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's impossible. You know, and for what we do, going out and doing the investigations that we do, we have to think that way, and we have to keep an open mind, excuse me, because we don't know what we'll see. We don't know what we might run into. And we're the types that's going to try to figure out what it is. And if we don't know, we're going to say we don't know. We're not going to assume. Just to let you know. But I don't know. I think this is possible. Or was possible. I mean, some of these stories have to come from some type of truth, something. Not all of them, but I mean, man, it's so fucking believable. So, looks like you're getting tired.
I'm sorry, I'm
This
very
one's in the
tired. I've been
can.
up since 3.
So, thank you for watching. You've been watching Utterly Insane Productions, or Insane Asylum, and Utterly Insane
Utterly
Productions.
Insane Productions presents Insane Asylum.
I'm Joe, that's Mark. And
I'm Pete.
Tanya was over there on the other camera, and
And
What
we
else
had a
we
Yeah,
got
special
I'm
to say
guest,
sorry.
everybody
I'm
else?
sorry
Janice.
I wasn't more likely. I'm just tired.
Well, we're gonna say goodbye for now.
Sucks that you gotta get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You get screwed when you get there.
Yeah. Please subscribe to us again on YouTube. It'll help us out.
Like us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook. Tell your friends. And remember, this podcast is going everywhere right now.
It's good.
So we're going to keep growing as long as and much as we can. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have a better topic.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Joe. This is Mark. And we're out of here.